Welcome to Better English.
Speak English with confidence.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special, high-energy episode of the Better English podcast. I am Grace, and I am absolutely thrilled to be your host today. If you are listening to this, it means you are taking a big step toward your goal of speaking English fluently, and I am here to help you every step of the way. Today is going to be very practical and very fun. We are going to talk about something we all have. A daily routine. Have you ever wanted to describe your day in English but felt like you didn't have the right words? Maybe you know how to say, I eat breakfast, but you want to say more. You want to describe the small things, the quiet moments, and the busy moments. Well, you are in the right place. Today, I am going to give you 100 useful sentences for your daily routine. We are going to cover everything from the moment your eyes open in the morning to the moment you close them at night. My goal for you today is simple. I want you to finish this episode feeling like you can talk about your life with confidence. We are going to move through these sentences slowly and clearly. For every sentence, I am going to say it twice. This is your chance to listen the first time and then repeat after me the second time. Speaking out loud is the secret to building muscle memory in your mouth. I'll also share a little bit about my own routine. I'm a very active person, and I love my mornings, so you'll hear a lot of energy from me today. We have broken this episode into several big parts, so you don't feel overwhelmed. We will start with the early morning, move through your workday, talk about your evening chores, and finish with a relaxing bedtime routine. Before we dive into part one, I want to say a huge thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. It really means a lot that you trust me to help you with your English. If you enjoy this long-form lesson, please remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. It's a very soft and friendly way to support what we do here at Better English, and it helps other learners find us too. Are you ready to start? Take a sip of water, get comfortable, and let's get into the first 20 sentences of our day. Let's go. I am a morning person, so I usually feel very energized when the sun comes up. However, I know that for many of you, getting out of bed is the hardest part of the day. Let's look at the sentences we use to describe these first moments. Remember, I will say each sentence twice. Listen the first time and repeat after me the second time. My alarm goes off at 6 o'clock. My alarm goes off at 6 o'clock. I wake up before the sun rises. I wake up before the sun rises. I hit the snooze button on my phone. I hit the snooze button on my phone. Personally, I try not to hit the snooze button, but sometimes it is just too cozy under the blankets. I turn off my alarm. I turn off my alarm. I stretch my arms and legs. I stretch my arms and legs. I rub my eyes and yawn. I rub my eyes and yawn. I check my phone for messages. I check my phone for messages. I get out of bed slowly. I get out of bed slowly. I put on my slippers. I put on my slippers. I open the curtains to let the light in. I open the curtains to let the light in. I love opening the curtains. It makes me feel like the day has truly started. If it is a sunny day, I feel even better. I make my bed right away. I make my bed right away. I go to the kitchen to drink water. I go to the kitchen to drink water. I put on my bathrobe. I put on my bathrobe. I look at my schedule for the day. I look at my schedule for the day. I take a deep breath to start my morning. I take a deep breath to start my morning. I walk to the bathroom. I walk to the bathroom. I splash cold water on my face. I splash cold water on my face. I feel a little bit sleepy still. I feel a little bit sleepy still. I sit on the edge of the bed for a minute. I sit on the edge of the bed for a minute. I am ready to start my day. I am ready to start my day. Those are our first 20 sentences. It is amazing how many things we do in just the first 10 minutes of being awake. I usually find that splashing cold water on my face, sentence number 17, is the best way to wake up my brain. You are doing a great job repeating these. I can hear your confidence growing already. Speaking these simple sentences out loud is the best way to improve your English. In this section, we are moving from the bedroom to the bathroom to talk about how we take care of ourselves and get dressed for the day. I find that having a clean and organized morning routine helps me stay energized for the rest of the day. Let's jump into sentences 21 to 40. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. I use minty toothpaste. I use minty toothpaste. I floss my teeth every morning. I floss my teeth every morning. I gargle with some mouthwash. I gargle with some mouthwash. I jump in the shower. I jump in the shower. I adjust the water temperature. I adjust the water temperature. I wash my hair with shampoo. I wash my hair with shampoo. I use a nice smelling soap. I use a nice smelling soap. I love using soaps that smell like lavender or citrus. It really helps me feel more awake and positive. I rinse off the soap. I rinse off the soap. I dry myself with a fluffy towel. I dry myself with a fluffy towel. I brush my hair. I brush my hair. I comb through any tangles. I comb through any tangles. I put on some deodorant. I put on some deodorant. I apply moisturizer to my face. I apply moisturizer to my face. I put on my favorite perfume. I put on my favorite perfume. I check the weather on my phone. I check the weather on my phone. This is a very important step. I need to know if I should wear a warm sweater or take an umbrella with me. I choose my clothes for the day. I choose my clothes for the day. I put on a clean shirt. I put on a clean shirt. I pull on my jeans. I pull on my jeans. I look at myself in the mirror. I look at myself in the mirror. You are doing an amazing job. We have now covered 40 sentences. It feels good to be ready and dressed, doesn't it? When I look in the mirror and smile, it really helps me speak English with confidence throughout the rest of my day. I'm so glad you're staying with me. Every time you repeat these sentences, your English gets better and better. In part 3, we are going to talk about the most delicious part of the morning, breakfast. Then we will talk about leaving the house and traveling to work or school. I always say that a good breakfast gives you the power to have a great day. Let's look at sentences 41 to 60. I go into the kitchen. I go into the kitchen. I turn on the coffee machine. I turn on the coffee machine. I hear the coffee dripping. I hear the coffee dripping. I love that sound. The smell of fresh coffee is my favorite way to wake up. It makes me feel so energized. I pour a cup of hot coffee. I pour a cup of hot coffee. I add a little bit of milk. I add a little bit of milk. I stir my coffee with a spoon. I stir my coffee with a spoon. I toast 2 slices of bread. I toast 2 slices of bread. I spread butter on my toast. I spread butter on my toast. I eat a bowl of cereal. I eat a bowl of cereal. I slice a banana for my breakfast. I slice a banana for my breakfast. I wash my plate and cup. I wash my plate and cup. I pack my lunch in a bag. I pack my lunch in a bag. I put my laptop in my backpack. I put my laptop in my backpack. I look for my house keys. I look for my house keys. I am always losing my keys. I usually have to look under the sofa or in my jacket pockets before I find them. I put on my shoes. I put on my shoes. I grab my coat from the hook. I grab my coat from the hook. I walk out the front door. I walk out the front door. I lock the door behind me. I lock the door behind me. I walk to the bus stop. I walk to the bus stop. I listen to a podcast on my way. I listen to a podcast on my way. We have reached 60 sentences. You are doing such a good job. Listening to podcasts like this one while you travel is a fantastic way to practice your English every day. It turns dead time into learning time. Thank you so much for staying with me. If you are finding these sentences helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps our Better English community grow. In part 4, we are going into the busiest part of the day. Whether you are at an office, a school, or working from home, these sentences will help you describe your productive hours and your lunch break. Let's keep that energy high as we move through sentences 61 to 80. I arrive at my workplace. I arrive at my workplace. I say hello to my colleagues. I say hello to my colleagues. I sit down at my desk. I sit down at my desk. I turn on my computer. I turn on my computer. I check my emails first thing. I check my emails first thing. I write a to-do list for the day. I write a to-do list for the day. I love writing lists. It makes me feel organized. When I see everything I need to do on paper, I feel much more calm and ready. I answer a few phone calls. I answer a few phone calls. I attend a morning meeting. I attend a morning meeting. I type on my keyboard. I type on my keyboard. I take a short coffee break. I take a short coffee break. I chat with my friends during the break. I chat with my friends during the break. I focus on my most important task. I focus on my most important task. I look at the clock on the wall. I look at the clock on the wall. I feel hungry around noon. I feel hungry around noon. I stop for my lunch break. I stop for my lunch break. I eat my lunch in the break room. I eat my lunch in the break room. Sometimes I go for a quick walk during my lunch break. It helps me get some fresh air and feel energized for the afternoon. I check my personal messages. I check my personal messages. I get back to work after lunch. I get back to work after lunch. I finish my afternoon tasks. I finish my afternoon tasks. I save my files and turn off the monitor. I save my files and turn off the monitor. Great work! We have now completed 80 sentences. You are doing a fantastic job with the repetitions. Remember, the way you say these sentences is just as important as the words themselves. Try to sound confident, just like we say in our motto, speak English with confidence. We only have 20 sentences left to go. We are going to talk about going home, relaxing, and getting ready for sleep. You are almost there. In part 5, we are moving into the best part of the day, the time when we finish work and head home. This is the time to relax, do some light chores, and enjoy our evening. Let's look at sentences 81 to 95. Remember to repeat after me. I leave the office at 5 o'clock. I leave the office at 5 o'clock. I commute back home. I commute back home. I stop at the grocery store on my way. I stop at the grocery store on my way. I usually pick up some fresh vegetables or a piece of fruit. It's a nice way to move from work mode to home mode. I unlock my front door. I unlock my front door. I take off my shoes and coat. I take off my shoes and coat. I put on my comfortable clothes. I put on my comfortable clothes. I start preparing dinner. I start preparing dinner. I chop some onions and garlic. I chop some onions and garlic. I listen to music while I cook. I listen to music while I cook. Listening to music makes cooking feel like a hobby instead of a chore. It keeps my energy high even after a long day. I sit down to eat my dinner. I sit down to eat my dinner. I watch a little bit of television. I watch a little bit of television. I do the laundry in the evening. I do the laundry in the evening. I water my indoor plants. I water my indoor plants. I scroll through social media for a while. I scroll through social media for a while. I call a friend to catch up. I call a friend to catch up. Wonderful! We have now reached 95 sentences. You are almost at the finish line. Talking about your evening routine is a great way to practice past and present tenses because you can say what you did or what you do every night. You are doing an amazing job staying focused. This long-form practice is exactly what you need to speak English with confidence. We have only 5 sentences left, so let's finish strong. We have made it to the final part of our day. This is the time to slow down, relax your mind, and get ready for a deep, restful sleep. I love my bedtime routine because it helps me feel calm and peaceful before I dream. Let's finish our list with the last 5 sentences. Remember to repeat each one twice. I set my alarm for the next morning. I set my alarm for the next morning. I wash my face and put on pajamas. I wash my face and put on pajamas. I read a few pages of a book in bed. I read a few pages of a book in bed. I find that reading is much better than looking at my phone before sleep. It helps my eyes relax and my imagination grow. I turn off the bedside lamp. I turn off the bedside lamp. I fall asleep quickly. I fall asleep quickly. Congratulations! You did it! You just practiced 100 sentences about daily routines in English. That is a massive achievement, and you should be very proud of yourself. By repeating these sentences, you are teaching your brain how to talk about your life naturally and easily. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Better English podcast. I had so much fun sharing my routine with you and helping you build your skills. Remember, the key to success is consistency. If you listen to this episode again and keep practicing, you will surely speak English with confidence. Before you go, if you found this 100-sentence challenge helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. It is a wonderful way to support the work we do here. I am Grace, and it has been a pleasure to be your host. Have a wonderful day or a very peaceful night. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Your English journey does not end here. Watch more videos and keep practicing.